Cool.
Love to share.
So I'm gonna start with the story.
Sure.
This story. All right, all right. I've been hearing. I've been teased about this story with
No, this
through
is a
memes.
different story.
Different story. Okay, different
yeah.
story.
What story is this?
So it was actually day one, and like me. So we were rooming with me, my friend, and his girlfriend, and so it's the four of us. We get on the bus.
Wait, hold on, hold on. Sarah's coming in.
Okay.
I was like, oh my god, what story?
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going? You're
Hi, Sarah.
being recorded.
Hey, y'all, what's happening?
Well, I guess before we start this thing, usual faces: Josh, Ray, Lucy, newcomer Sarah. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah, you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Sure, absolutely. I'm just getting in my bed, my little makeshift Zoom setup right now. With all the good lighting. Thanks for welcoming me here. I'm Sarah. I'm 29. I live in Chicago. I've met Eric and Josh through my cousin Kevin. I'm not sure if you guys, Lucy and Ray, know Kevin as well. But yeah, I've been raving for a handful of years, and it was my first EDC Las Vegas, so it was cool.
This was your first one?
It was my first Vegas, yes.
High five.
Same,
High five.
actually.
Same.
Yes. Well, we definitely have to circle back on that after a couple of stories. Thank you for joining us, Sarah. And Ray, you have the floor.
Right.
Yuri?
To restart. So me and Lucy went to EDC as a group of four. It was me, her, my friend, and his girlfriend. And we were all hyped to get on the shuttle to head over to the stadium. And as we're heading there, we hear later our friend recollects on it at the fact that a lot of new and young ravers are also attending EDC. And they're all kind of getting into the groove of things. They're like, hey, what kind of music do you listen to? What? You like bass music too? I too like bass music. Do you headbang? Oh, I too am a headbanger. It was adorable. It was very adorable. And I hope they got to enjoy a lot of it.
Nice. Really wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell us the real story.
I mean, the real story is throughout EDC, we would look at each other in the middle of a set and we would just joke around and be like, hey man, are you a headbanger? Or we would just headbang.
We try to headbang to all the things that you don't usually headbang to, like techno, house, hardstyle.
Oh man, the EDC inside jokes. I miss those. Tell me more.
That's just an intro story, just to start things off.
Yeah, it was a nice, wholesome story. Yeah, I mean that sounds good because from what I've seen online, a lot of people had a lot of mixed feelings about this EDC. Was the production not there, or how was it? It was bigger in size, right?
I don't know if bigger is relative, but it was packed. Bass pod, especially during all the heavy bass music, it was packed to the brim. All the excision sets, you see it spilling over close to Rainbow Road almost.
Oh, wow.
When we did techno in Neon Gardens, it was ludicrous. That was so cramped, and no matter how far out you stood, you're still gonna get mowed down by crowd. It was obscene. On the contrary, main stage was actually a bit more roomy. I don't know.
The what stage?
Main stage, Kinetic Fields.
Main stage.
Or at least when we were there, you could easily cut through and get almost close to the front.
Main stage has always had a lot of room. Last year, everybody tried to go to the front of the main stage through the back, right? But most people who can read a map would go from the sides, especially from the bathrooms where the buses drop off, and that's how I always went to the front of the main stage. Did they when I was watching the EDC live stream? It looked like a lot of the big name DJs were on the other stages, was it Circuit Grounds and Neon Gardens. Those like Cascade was at Circuit Grounds, right?
Cascade actually played both stages. Yeah.
But did he play both stages when was Armin playing at the main stage during that time or?
Oh yeah, Armin was main stage. I think Tiesto was main stage. A lot of the like super big names that mainstream names were main stage. I thought one of the big differences for main stage this year was they moved where VIP was. So VIP was on the right side. Normally I don't do VIP, but my dad and his wife went, and they brought their friends, and so we had to get VIP so we could like chaperone them. And it was definitely harder to get into VIP because it was like when you come off the shuttles, you come down through and there's Wasteland on your left, and then there's VIP for main stage on your right, and it was definitely harder to get through there.
The bathrooms were also there, so that didn't really help the case also.
Yeah, it was.
There's a huge bottleneck.
Yeah.
In that area.
Huh.
I would say that was a change that I didn't enjoy. But
so you guys are saying that they didn't really increase the square footage of EDC? Because I was looking at the report and it said that there was 50,000 more people this year that went into attendance. Because last year was like what, 300,000 or 250,000?
I think they said like 500,000 for this year, right? There was like 500,000 attendees.
I think it was a bit over 500,000. It was like 520 or something.
You're right. It was 500,000. Like I remember seeing an article. It was 500,000.
525,000 this year.
Yeah.
But
you could feel it. You could feel it in the crowd with just. I kind of was telling my friends because I've done EDC Orlando 3 times, and this was obviously my first Vegas. But it kind of felt like bumper cars going through the crowd because you could not just walk through the crowd without being like ricocheted off of somebody next to you, kind of like hitting. And there was just like no such thing as personal space. And something that I didn't realize. So I'm from Chicago. I'm wearing a sweater. I'm like, the sun goes down. I want a coat on. I want my pants on. I want to be like warm and cozy. I did a locker for the first time. So I had a locker at Circuit Grounds, which was like, give or take, I would maybe do it again. It wasn't like anything like that changed my experience. But in my locker, I had like a change of clothes, like a coat, pants. But I didn't realize in Vegas, in the middle of the night, it's still 100 degrees and you don't need any of that. So between like the amount of people and how hot it was, like it just felt uncomfortable to like be in the crowd sometimes.
I also saw a report that that on Sunday, Insomniac sold more tickets.
I think Insomniac opened up day passes for Sunday. I wonder if that's the reason why.
But it Sunday to me didn't feel more crowded. It felt like the same. Sunday's always less because people usually go Friday, Saturday, and then they go back to work on Sunday. You get done with EDC thing on Sunday morning, and then it's like, well, I have to go back to work on Monday. So Sunday I always feel like it's the chillest day. I've heard from people in Las Vegas this year that like Sunday is like the locals' day or something is what they consider it. So it kind of has a chiller vibe to it. I didn't feel like there were more people. I mean, I felt like there were less, even though maybe they sold more tickets. But
I agree. I think Friday felt probably the most packed for me. And then it kind of thinned out going into Saturday, and then Sunday. It just depended on what stage you were at.
Definitely.
What do you think was the most packed stage then? Was it BaseCon? BasePod?
Definitely BasePod.
BasePod?
Yeah.
Yeah, BasePod. That was where more of like the DMB dubstep.
That and Cosmic Meadow.
Cosmic Meadow for sure felt very congested. Like it was very hard. Like when you got to, so I stayed in camp EDC for my experience. I actually worked this festival. So I was working in addition to attending, and coming from camp going in kind of like the traditional entrance of the Speedway. When you go down the bleachers into the Speedway, you get kind of like a little thin, like passageway almost behind the crowd, and it was very difficult to get through that, to kind of cross through. And then also like up on the bleachers, like right before getting to the ground level, it was like impossible to like get from one side to the other on the bleachers. There was just way too many people.
Damn. Who was like headlining Cosmic Meadows? Was it like Diplo like always, or it was more like the like disco house kind of stuff, right? Like Dirty Bird.
Yeah.
So Friday night, I saw a little bit of Grizz at Cosmic Meadow, and then on Saturday night it was That's Dead back to back Chase and Status, and like during that set particularly, I was like, get me out of here. There's way too many people.
Yeah, I remember.
And
I
we
saw,
were on the bleachers. We were on the bleachers too.
damn, damn. Because like, yeah, man, that's crazy. Because like usually the Cosmic Meadow has like the most people who ever just hang out and say, "No, what picture is that?"
That was Cosmic Meadow on Sunday. It
Oh,
was
oh
it was
Lord,
packed.
Lord Almighty,
Yep.
man, that's a lot of people, man.
Lots of people.
Damn, that must have been one smelly crowd.
Um,
Oh, man. I miss the smell of like vaporized chemicals from all the drugs you take coming out of your body mixed with cigarettes and BO, man. They should put
Friday night, we sort of went on an adventure just throughout EDC. Like we weren't like trying to see someone in particular. We just gone on an adventure, and like we started like, oh yeah, we haven't gone through Cosmic Meadow. Let's go through Cosmic Meadow. Step into Cosmic Meadow. Arm and Hammer is playing, and all I see is like literally Asians crying their eyes out. Like I'm like trying to hop over people, like trying to walk to people just bawling their eyes out. I'm just like, he made all the tears.
fucking
Love it.
Asians, dude. I mean, I'm not racist, but I understand what people say when they talk about Asian trains, you know. But I digress. Usually that stage has like the most people over there because like when last year, you know, you had you could take that path to the other sets of bathrooms
Oh, yeah.
and EDC Town. So did it move EDC Town? Was it also next? Was it same layout?
Mhm. It definitely was. I think Saturday we went to EDC Town. Oh, we went to a little bit Sunday too. It was still in the same spot. I didn't feel like EDC Town was really that crowded. But we probably went there later in the night. Usually we go to that stuff at the end of the night. Like we'll go see whoever we're gonna see, and then at the end we'll like run around.
Yeah.
So
So I know, like I think EDC Town in 2011, 2021 was bigger than 2022. Like before they moved it back there, because when they had it, remember how they had it at the front, but then now they replaced it for the like the Insomniac art stuff. You know, Insomniac's bring out a lot more like LED arts and stuff.
mhm.
So, I mean, I thought last year the town was smaller. But what was the design for Neon Gardens this year? Was it? I know because like Neon Gardens was sponsored by Space Miami, right?
I don't know.
Oh, God, I'm not sure. Honestly, every time we try to check out Nia Gardens, it was just an infested horde of people. Like, and you know, it's the same setup. You have this containers, like you know, creating the perimeter, and you have I think three entrances,
Mhm.
and but it was bleeding people like the area.
Yeah.
Such a headache. Such a headache. I actually didn't go over there. So when I got in Friday, which despite how many people were there, Josh picked me out of the crowd on Friday, which was pretty
that-
cool.
that
It
was
just
so wild.
happened. It just happened. I was like, oh
wild.
my God, wow, all these people. And we just like see each other for like a brief second.
That was
pretty
crazy.
awesome.
Literally, I looked to my. I was just walking. Like I was with my dad and his friends and my wife, and she takes the front and she has a fan, so she leads them from the front, and then I'm in the back to make sure we don't lose anybody. And so I was in the back, and I was following behind them all, and I looked to my right, and I was like, "Oh snap, that's Sarah!" And then I was like, "Are you Sarah? Like, is this real life?" And she's like, "Yes."
I did a
serious?
double take, put all the dots together, and I was like, oh my god, wow, Forest fam, definitely know you guys
Gosh.
for sure.
We call that fate when you find one person in front of 500,000. It's crazy.
Fate,
Definitely
Stay
fate.
Night, Ultimate Blade Works,
Ultimate Rave Works.
Ultimate Ray Works. Oh my god, yes!
Clutch.
Clutch.
The raves god working the hardest, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really cool. So with my staff credentials, it's really nice because I get VIP access. So it's like I kind of just get like a whatever. But what I realized throughout the weekend, so on Friday was my first day. Thursday and Friday working were just like such long days. By the time I got in Friday, it was kind of just like got my toes wet, kind of got my bearings because I had never gone before. Kind of wasn't really there to like see anyone pressing. It kind of was just let's see what happens essentially. And then kind of as the weekend progressed, I kind of started on Cosmic, Meadow, and Kinetic, eventually went to Base Pod, then went to Circuit Grounds. I didn't go to the side where Neon Garden was at all until the last day. And for whatever reason, the last night they were getting super strict with like wristbands and having like the specific wristband to get into certain areas and stuff like that. So I was actually trying to meet somebody else in our EVT Forest Fam group at Neon Garden. He had like an artist wristband, but I couldn't get into Neon Garden VIP with my staff credentials, which I thought was really interesting. Because usually staff, you just get like kind of open access to a bunch of different places, but they were actually giving me a hard time at Neon Garden, and then eventually Cosmic Meadow with my staff credentials. So that was kind of a bummer, but I was able to go to VIP for Circuit Grounds, which was cool, and then I got to VIP at Kinetic as well, which was nice.
Nice. So your biggest EDC before this was EDC Orlando, right?
Yeah, I've done that 3 times, which is so crazy because like going to that first and not having any kind of like idea of what Vegas is, it almost feels like in like hindsight 2 completely different festivals because Vegas is just completely different than what Orlando is. Like I feel like they try with Orlando, and don't get me wrong, the crowds in Orlando are definitely equally like it's an Insomniac Fest when it's like bumper to bumper walking through, crowd shoulder to shoulder, just like you have to hold on to somebody to get through, and everybody's walking every which way. It's just people are coming at you. But in Orlando, they have changed Neon Garden a few times. So a couple years ago, it was different, but this past November, it was the same setup, and they kind of changed the map a little bit in Orlando to replicate the new build of Neon Garden, which kind of has like those container crates as like the perimeter of the stage, which is cool when you're in it, but it is so difficult to get inside of it.
Yeah, because like Neon Gardens have always had the best sound system, in my opinion. Especially 2021 when they had that little canopy. The the trailers were cool too last year, just for the underground aesthetic feel. But yeah, I mean, I thought the sound system was still carried over. I thought it was still good. So it's like it makes me a little sad to hear that some people weren't able to get in and it was just too packed. Was it like was it just banger DJs after another in Neon Gardens, or
Sunday it was stacked.
when did I Hate Models play?
Sunday.
Sunday.
9
dude.
times 9 also Sunday.
Damn, dude, he fucking blew those speakers out. I mean, last year I remember that. Was it's probably gonna be beating a dead horse though. Is Trance dead? How's the how was the Dream State stage, guys? Was there a Dream State? Was Dream State on
Quantum Valley?
Quantum Valley, but less trance artists.
What?
Yeah, like it was very weak in
Yeah.
the lineup. The progressive lineup actually drew in more of a crowd than like the trance and psytrance lineups.
Yeah, I think Lane 8 was at Quantum Valley, and he drew a big crowd.
Yeah, it's Lane 8, dude. Lane 8, dude.
Yeah, it was that was. I had so much fun listening to that. We ran into Rafa there, or we met Rafa there, and we watched Lane 8, and it was incredible. Tori really liked Gareth Emery's set because it was a decade set. I think he also played main stage, but he played a decade set there, so it was just all his own music.
Oh
older
yeah,
stuff.
dude, it was that's just so good. I was listening to it, but like, I think he only played like 2 minutes of his like hits, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
alt
fucking
stuff.
Sanctuary, bro, dude. Sanctuary, such a banger. Still listen to
That-
it all the time. Club mix, Shantaya's mix, original mix, Chex mix, dude. Fucking great, dude. I love that song. Yeah, I was surprised, dude. I didn't see a lot of big name, or not big name, but like older trance DJs there. Like, I don't think Marcus Shaw was there, right?
Mm-mm.
I think Fairy was there.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair play.
Fairy's the only big name they played.
Oakenfold, was he there?
No,
I don't remember.
I
if
don't think
was
so.
there. I think the
because
other
Armin
Paul,
got put on main stage. Above and Beyond got put on circuit grounds.
Paul Denton was there.
Yeah, Poland. Will Atkinson, Fairy,
Hey, I think all those
Infected Mushroom.
all those
Yeah.
Irish no, those Irish boys were there, right? Like Connolly,
Yeah,
Tyus, maybe.
No,
I don't think Craig Conley was there. Maybe he was. No, he was because I remember.
Kirk Connolly was there. Yeah, I think he was there.
Tori was very insistent on that.
Was Marlo there?
I don't remember Marlo being there. Marlo was really
Sure.
good that time we saw him at the A-Shot. Really
Yeah. Yeah, when they played "Wake Me Up," banger
Mhm.
song. Dude, last year Marlo played this Charles Takai song. No, Charlie Sparks song Takai, where he sampled the phrase from Fifth of the North Star, Fist of the North Star.
So well.
Yeah, it's a banger, but it's a techno song. It's the same thing as I Heart Marlos, but he played it. Anyway, off topic. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Because in 2021, I went there with Ish, and it was like 9 p.m. We walk in, the EDC was packed. Walked into the stage, the Quantum Valley. He turned to me and was like, "Hey, is Trance dead?" And it was fucking Paul Oakenfold, dude. Paul Oakenfold was playing, and the stage was empty. And later on through the night, even like when Marcus was playing, it was like half packed or something. Just like, given it was right after COVID, and a lot of people didn't have their COVID passports and all that stuff. But even like in 2022, the trance stage was packed, but it wasn't as packed as it used to be. So, and now hearing from you guys that they moved around the trance DJs and put in more progressive DJs there. Do you think that they're saving up the lineup for like Dream State? Because Dream State right now has been kind of quiet.
Maybe.
They just released the Dream State Factory
I think they're doing all these crossover for episodes just to draw in a bigger crowd.
Yeah. When Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto had the Shonen Jump crossover, which is now canon apparently, but different podcast.
Different podcast.
Yeah, because I haven't heard anything from Dream State, and a couple of my promoter friends, they were like, "Hey, we should promote Dream State." My neighbor's like, "But we don't know what's gonna happen in Dream State because Dream State Factory."
No, it's confirmed. It's confirmed
It's
for
confirmed.
17/18. Yeah.
But you think? But anyways, I just haven't seen a big, solid trance, I guess, package stage in a long time at EDC.
I don't know if it draws in that crowd. Like the transplur like crowd like gets drowned out by all the bass pod.
That's what I was gonna say. It's exactly what I was gonna say.
Cosmic metal crowd.
The headbangers keep.
Yes.
It's all dubstep these days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like even
goddamn kids and the
back,
goddamn
all I
dubstep.
hear is like dubstep. Like
oh wow.
Dubstep.
And like even okay, so Tiesto played last night in Chicago at Heatwave, and I saw it on like EDM Maniac or something like that. Who played it? Was it Fortet, the Coachella Skrillex back through back, where it was the country rhythm that's like trending everywhere?
Yeah.
Tiesto threw it last night. So I just feel like everyone is playing dubstep right now, but like it just seems so copy and paste.
Is that making a comeback? That sound, the wub.
The wub is popping off actually
Mhm.
because everybody talks about that for Forbidden Kingdom, Lost Lands. Like
Oh,
they're going bigger, harder, and more expensive.
I listened to Adam Bear's. I think it could have been his recent like drum code live set. Maybe it was from EDC or something, but I think it had a little wub in it, dude. I was like, Adam Bear, no.
It's happening whether we like it or not. But I don't know, like I feel like I'm a little bit newer to the scene where I really didn't start going to festivals till like 2019, and then obviously COVID happened. Dream State is definitely like a bucket list festival of mine for sure. And like I remember like 2015 Armin van Buren, like that exactly that just hits a different place in our souls for sure. But I don't feel like EDM is like that anymore. Like I just feel like it's becoming like so kind of like saturated and like everybody's kind of doing the same stuff where it's like it takes a lot for like a song to stand out these days, I feel like.
Mhm.
I don't feel like that's true with house music though. House
Oh.
music has always popped off.
True.
I think big name house has always gotten like a bad rep, but like big name house, dude, fucking, I miss that so much. I miss Avicii, dude. I miss him a lot.
I mean, like John Summit's been popping off these past couple of years. Like,
Really?
Did anyone catch the Subtronics back to back into John Summit as the secret set?
Yeah, I saw we like walked past it or something. We were like, "What the fuck is that?" And then like everyone was there. That was like there were so many people there at Circuit Grounds. And we're like, "Oh snap, that's Subtronics." Okay.
They go off. So they started last year at Forest. That's when they like came out together, whatever. And then I heard that it was gonna be John Summit at the secret set. He like tweeted something like EDC Las Vegas, don't sell your tickets or something like that. And then of course it was like John Summit into them, which I appreciate because it's like bass and then house. So then they have that kind of like overlap where they're both kind of playing each other's stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from Chicago, but I like seeing John Summit succeed. As basic as he is, I'm on Team Summit for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, John Summit is great. I like it. I like his stuff. It's I don't know. It's I guess I've been to I went to EDC 2008. Yeah, 2008. I've since then I've only missed two. This is one of them. The other one was 2015. And I know we were talking about this earlier, but I feel like the scene has changed a little bit, especially with the type of genre of music. Because before then, in 2012 and 13, like each stage was his own genre. It was a solid block. Like there was some bleeding in between, but there wasn't much. Like we had EDC 2012, we had a group therapy day and two ASOT days, But now with all these artists like crossing genres, it's I guess the identity is not really there anymore, right?
yeah, I can see that. I mean, because rise of dubstep, drum and bass is also getting some spotlight on it.
Mhm.
Like I remember even like beyond like Tiesto was playing drum and bass, and like and now like drum and bass also gets grouped in with all the bass music. So Basspot had a lot of drum and bass in there.
How do you guys feel about drum and bass?
It's good.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
drum and bass. I enjoy it.
The set that I saw on the live stream, I think it was on Saturday. It was pretty good. I heard a lot of Linkin Park, which is nice. Also love that band. R.I.P. Chester. But for a while, drum and bass was kind of lost in the scene when dubstep came in. Like it was like drum and bass, and then it was drum and bass and dubstep, and it was drum step, and then drum and bass was just gone. I mean, there was like Pendulum. Pendulum was around for a while, and then they broke up. Now I think they just started touring again, right? As a DJ group.
They started as of last year. Yeah.
Did they play EDC this year?
One of them did.
That I hope the band gets back together. The Pendulum live band. Oh my god, dude!
I saw
So
the
good.
band last year at Ultra.
The
It
band
was-
played last year.
The band played last year.
The
Did a
band.
live performance.
Did the band make you dance?
They made my hands dance.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, I love that band. But other than that, like I don't know of any other big name drum and bass DJs.
Yeah. I mean, same dimension. We have Andy C.
Mm-hmm. Andy P.
Andy P.
I think there's Andy P too, right? Or
Like
maybe
Friction.
Yeah, Friction, Sub Focus, Wilkinson.
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Is he in relation to that trance DJ Wilkinson, or is it a totally different Wilkinson?
That's
Will Atkinson
Atkinson.
versus.
I don't know why I thought their names were fucking together. That's great. I mean, I'm happy for drum and bass. That's cool that it's coming back. But you know,
the Zed's Dead and Chase and Status that said it had Cosmic Meadow. That was drum and bass.
Yeah, that was so. I love Zed's Dead, and I was a little disappointed. However, Chase and Status is kind of coming out of the woodworks of where did they come from, but that was a very intense drum and bass set for me. I don't know if any of you guys caught any of that back to back, but it was very intense.
Chase and Status is one of Tori's favorites. We saw them at they used to have a nocturnal in Texas, and so that was probably one of the first major festivals we went to. And they played there. I mean, they would get. I was surprised. We were always surprised at the names they would get. That we get Tiesto to come out in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and Armin, and it was always impressive who they would get. But Chasing Status was one of them. We just heard them playing, and we were like, "Oh, let's go hear this." And they haven't been at a festival in forever, and so they kind of did just come out of nowhere again, and it was great. It was a great set.
yeah,
That's what they are, for the record. They're very. It's intense like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like that kind of intensity. I just refound my love for Rammstein, so I do want to get more back. It's like live drum and bass, really kind of nice. What the fuck was I gonna say about drum and bass? It's a good music. I like it.
So
I see a lot of bass shows, and a lot of bass shows, like I feel like at the end of like sets going into like afters is like when the drum and bass comes out.
Mm-hmm. To get that final energy up, right?
Absolutely, just keeps going.
So, what were you guys' like favorite set of the whole weekend?
Who wants to go first?
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll have to say Darren Styles at Wasteland.
Oh man, dude,
Jammer B2B to Tweakers or Tweaker Core. Yeah.
Tweaker, dude, fucking. Oh man, dude, like I've seen Darren Styles and the Tweakers separately. I saw a little bit of the Tweakers last year. I think I missed Darren Styles' set.
It's the Tweakers.
The Tweakers, yeah.
The Tweakers.
I'm sorry. I'm not from. I'm not from this country. I don't speak English.
I don't want to call them tweakers, you know.
Yeah.
But I definitely was tweaking their set. Because I caught the end of their set and I saw Lady P, not Lady P, Lady Faith.
Lady Faith.
Fucking all these C's and P's are just on my mind right now, dude. Dude, I love happy hardcore. I'm glad you brought it up. Happy hardcore does not get enough love. 2016, I remember this year clearly. We had like a downtime, and all the zippers were hanging out at the zip ride, and then we were all waiting for Eric Prydz, and I was like, "Hey, you guys want to go see Darren Styles back-to-back Gammer?" And then Michelle looked at me. Michelle looked at me, and she was like, "What kind of music is that?" I was like, "Heavy hardcore." And she's like, "Ew, no," and just sat down, dude. I was like, "All right, fucking whatever, bye."
I would drop anyone and everyone. I'm like, you guys, yeah, I'll peace out right now.
Catch you later.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to that stage.
What other?
I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for that.
Do you like happy hardcore, Sarah?
I don't think so. I don't know, honestly. I
mean-
can't like think of it.
It's
Do
very
you-
high energy.
yeah.
So like
Mhm.
if Chase and Status were kind of
It's a lot.
a lot, like it's a bit, but it's a bit higher energetic, more melodic, but there's
Yeah.
more like vocal songs. you
Well,
could sing.
it's like the difference is like you got like happy hardcore, and then you have hardcore, and then you have hard style. That's
Yeah.
not tier list. That's just the level of happiness.
The
It literally
energy,
is the level of happiness, right?
So
Like
it's like transcends hard style for sure.
it's like happy,
Yeah.
happy, kind of happy. You're on Zoloft, and really, it's hard style. Hard style. I mean, I love hard style.
It's like hard style and pop. They both did lines. That's happy hardcore.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
like
you guys will have to send me some songs.
it's like hard style took a pill.
No,
I'll
dude,
send
they're
you.
doing
I'll
lines.
drop.
Yeah,
I'll drop the SoundCloud link for the Gammer set.
it's
Okay, cool.
it's yeah. I mean, yeah. I think hard style did come from happy hardcore. I know because I wrote a 3,000 word report for
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Art Hard Raves. I don't think they ever posted it, but no, I did. I think they did post it. 3,000 words. You run and read it. It's the whole history of fucking hardstyle, how it came to be.
Okay, please share it. I would read it. For
That's
sure.
so historian over here.
The rave historian.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so
And-
important to document this information. I feel like what's it called? I think it is EDM Maniac who keeps doing like the festival report cards,
mhm.
and they keep publishing like it's more like statistics now. And I'm like, this is so important because I feel like this information can just be so easily lost and then just like it's gone. So we have to preserve the culture.
Well, Lucy, are there any hardcore DJs we should watch out for that aren't Gammer and
Yeah.
Styles? Also,
Um,
what's your favorite? What was your favorite Styles song of that night?
it was Us Against the World. I think
Banger, nice.
it was kind of perfect timing because I was right around like the 1:00,
The fireworks.
1:40. I timed it with the fireworks, and I literally looked up, and I didn't cry, but I was like, "Holy crap, this is so freaking beautiful! Like this is
Oh, yeah,
unreal."
dude.
And Disneyland could never. do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Ugh.
No, the 4th of July could never.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless we go to Anime Expo, Josh, talk to you. If you have a video of that, I would love to have it so I can post it in this cast.
The fireworks?
The fireworks during Us Against the World.
Oh, she does.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
send it to me.
I posted it on Reddit actually. I can share it, the link, unless you want the physical actual video.
Yeah, just send me like a Dropbox or a Google Drive link or something. I'll get it from you later.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, what's a good up and coming hardcore DJ we should know about?
I'll let Ray answer that one. I just listen to what he listens to.
It really depends on like the vibe. Some of the harder ones are like, Brennan Hart's always solid.
Legend,
You have D-Slurb, Warface, Ben Nicky has been dabbling into
Havoc.
Moonbase,
yeah.
Dr. Funk, DJ Kuhn,
Sub-Zero.
Code
Project?
Black, Sub-Zero
Subject
Project.
Yeah. Nice.
That's all I can think of right now. But
Just in time for Mortal Kombat 1, did it? Yeah. All right, Sarah, how about you? What was your favorite set of the night?
So I feel like I have to give it to the Subtronics into John Summit, both of them, because I got all of it. His Subtronics into the back-to-back into John Summit, and that for sure was it for me. I think just because it was my first time like getting in there Friday, I was just kind of so overwhelmed with trying to get my bearings that it wasn't really about the music for me. And then Saturday, after Saturday was like, I do a lot of like influencer meetups and trying to like see people and take photos and stuff like that. So Saturday also was really special to me. This wasn't technically a set, but kind of just like my highlight of the weekend was my friend got married at EDC. So that was like amazing to just witness, and she got married at the 1:30 a.m. time slot. So literally as it ended, it was the fireworks. So that was just like all of the fields. It was just so crazy to like witness that, experience that, like coming up on shrooms and then the fireworks go off and you're just like, what is life right now? It was pretty beautiful.
How would you compare an EDC wedding on shrooms to a regular wedding? I'm gonna stop there. But how about you compare those two weddings? Yeah.
Okay, so like different factors, of course, like just the experience, like because it's happening at EDC on Saturday night, the fireworks were just going off with like some of my closest internet friends. Like, obviously, chef's kiss to that whole experience. Like, not everybody just has that experience, you know what I mean? So it's definitely like bucket list festival experiences. But like, I don't know, I love my friends and family. So sometimes weddings are about just like the people that you're surrounded by too. And I have like a couple cousins that are getting married and like they've just been together for so long. For instance, Kevin and Anna, they're getting married this year. So just like, how do you compare that, like Kevin Anna's wedding, to like somebody that I've known for like a short period of time at EDC? I don't think there's like one that's better than the other, but they're just two completely different experiences that I just feel privileged that I get to be a part of nonetheless. But yeah, after Saturday night, when I finally got to kind of figure out the layout of everything, Sunday night, I finally went to like that west side of the festival where Neon Garden was and Quantum Valley. I forget who played before Lane 8. Does anybody remember what that set was right before Lane 8?
It was Yotto after.
Yotto, yes. Yeah, so okay, so that was like I was like working all day, sprinted inside to like do a photo shoot, and at Quantum Valley there was like turf on the ground. So I don't know if you guys see my photos, but I've definitely posted a photo of myself like laying on the turf day 3, like horizontal on the ground, just like needed to be laying down in that moment. Yeah, it needed to happen. But it was also cool because then I found Anthony after that. And Anthony and I stayed until sunrise to see Cascade play. But again, my eyes were just like, I could not even keep my eyes open at that point. I was also horizontal on the ground, trying my best like to pull my life together. But we stayed for sunrise, which was really awesome. That slice of pizza at 5 a.m. just hits so different.
Oh man, Fricker, dude. I mean, I don't know if he's ever watched this, but dude, last year he got food poisoning on the second day. Hilarious. Hilarious. It didn't ruin the EDC experience, but Fricker, you listen to this, it was hilarious. I'm glad you're alive.
The food, sometimes festival food is really good, but I really was not impressed with the food at EDC. I don't know if you guys ate there.
I had some of the best lumpia I've ever had there. They cut it in half and then fried it or something, and some made it crispier somehow. I was very impressed. I feel like it's hit or miss. It just depends on what you get. There was one place that had milkshakes, and then by the time we went over there, they were out, and I was very sad about that. But it's but then it's also $1 billion, so it's like.
What were the prices for the food really that expensive? I saw drinks for like $50. Was that real? Or was that VIP drinks?
I never saw that.
Probably a VIP drink.
I have a friend that doesn't even rave, and he's like, "Is this real? Like $80 for a pizza?" And I was like, "I never saw an $80 for a pizza anywhere." But I wasn't.
Oh yeah, like if you want like a full whole pizza, it was like $50 in the VIP section. It's like $100 if you want like sushi, like a whole bunch of other miscellaneous food items.
I didn't see any sushi. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wasn't looking for that. I also didn't eat.
Did you guys see the like bar tab? Maybe it was like last year where it was like 50K of like drinks and VIP or something like that.
It was like Ace of Spades, like.
On the VIP section in Circuit Grounds, they actually have tables you can buy too.
Oh
Mm,
wow.
Those will add up quickly.
yeah. All right, Ray, music, go.
This is hard. Is Eric stuck?
No.
Okay. So one is the Tweakers, like when they play just the Tweakers, because so it was on Friday and it started raining, and the Tweakers just straight up trolling us. It's like in Europe, we usually have a roof over our heads, but who the fuck cares? So they kept playing. So like they're like it's their first time playing in the rain in like 7 years or something like that. So plus, you know, it's hard to go wrong because like you just jamming out to Disney songs, and to top it off, they played "Nights on Fire" from Initial D. And I was
Damn,
like,
dude! Oh my god!
I'm gonna peek to that song.
What?
Insane.
Insane. Send me a video of that.
Yeah, the Gammer going back to back with the Tweaker Core.
Yeah, send to me on Instagram. Not
Boris.
I don't want to lose this when I close.
Boris was actually really good. Boris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we also ran into Pavo from Above and Beyond. And
that's cool.
And then they're like, oh, he's trying to be a normie, just trying to rave.
Rave daddy. Dude.
Also, Afrojack was actually kind of magical because it was a sunrise set.
I heard Afrojack I heard he's making a comeback. Like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I do remember the Afrojack now. It was very good.
Not all actually. Another surprising set that we heard but didn't really hear was Galantis, because we were getting breakfast in VIP, but Galantis was popping off, and we're like, it was actually a very enjoyable set. We're just listening to it as we're eating breakfast.
Was that Friday?
Yes.
Night? Yeah.
Or Saturday morning. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I think the only song I know from them is Runaway. And that's it. I don't know. That's all I remember. Josh?
So Laning is Bay, so that was amazing. I was coming up on acid to that, and it was just like the perfect thing to come up to a drug on for me. Just the way he progresses and everything, it was just amazing. So that was probably my favorite.
Wait, did he play the song Nothing You Can Say?
To be honest, I don't know.
So I think that song is on his first album when he was like more trancey, and he played the Quantum Valley. So I wonder if he played that song, because that'd be pretty badass if he did.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just amazing. And then we really enjoyed. We heard a little bit of Subtronics. Gareth Emery was good. The Decade set. I don't know. That was pretty much, those were the things that really stood out. There was someone who played at Bionic Jungle, which is also a really cool stage. It was like a back bar or something. It's very cool.
Yeah, that's the retro house stage, right?
Yeah.
A retro drum and bass stage.
It was really good vibes over there. And there was a guy that played for like 3 hours or something. And so we came by again and we were like, fuck, he's still playing. But it was rocking. That was awesome.
Damn. Well, shit, man. Sounds like good music. Did all you guys do VIP this year?
It panned out that way.
Yeah.
It was Lucy's 30th birthday on the Friday. So we decided to go big.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday. What a birthday. What a way to turn 30.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I'm pretty sure I was peeking and I was telling everyone around me that it was my birthday. And they're like, oh my God, happy birthday.
Awesome.
Oh my God, that sounds pretty badass. I didn't know I was in the presence of royalty here, man.
Of royalty, possible royalty over here.
1% here, dude. I am not worthy, dude. Look at my
No,
walls.
it's changing. It changes you when you go VIP. You might not be able to go back unless you like being right in the middle of the crowd. Then
I do. I'm a grimy person. I've done VIP, regular VIP twice, and I've done artist VIP once. I like being in the crowd. And the only time I ever went through VIP was to meet up with a DJ or one of my editors, or just to walk through the crowd. Because back then, the VIP had like 2 entrances. So I would just walk through VIP instead of having to go through the crowd, or use the single stall bathrooms because it's they're cleaner. You know what I mean?
On that note, actually, all the bathrooms were flushable this year. There was
all of them.
All of them.
That was me. That was my next thing. Like, how were the bathrooms?
I mean, the only real difference was like, toilet paper and air conditioning versus that's about it. Like, but everything was flushable.
Okay, how many bathrooms were there?
Not enough.
Never enough. But
never enough.
I will say Quantum Valley bathrooms were the least because there were less people there. That was definitely the place to go.
Each stage had its own bathrooms?
I don't know about that, but the ones by Quantum Valley.
Okay, okay. So like my biggest gripe from last year, which we talked about, was the bathrooms, dude. It was fucking flooding. There were fights in line. People were pushing. People were getting their shit stolen. Was it like that this year?
I mean, I didn't experience that. I saw more of that at like EDC Orlando. Like the lines were really long, but we had VIP, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It's just the things that I've been seeing online. I guess talked about like how bad security was and the pickpocketers and the vibes. So I mean I don't know. I wasn't there, so as long as oh, sorry, you were saying?
My boss got her phone stolen. It was not a vibe.
Yo, base pod is like a thieving like a klepto playground. Like base pod and target grounds, because I saw a lot of people get tackled because they were trying to snag shit. Yeah.
So has any of you guys seen that product? It's called a clutch loop. You like secure it to your hydro pack, and then it like, so I have it on my phone. I'll show you guys. This like little piece comes out the bottom, and then this clips to the part that's on your hydro pack. So then it has like kind of like a leash to it, and it actually like is pretty strong, so you can't really pull it that far away. And so I work at Squad Goals Beauty. They sell rave wear. It's where you can go get your hair braided, get glitter and stuff like that. So we were selling them. So I knew that we were selling them. So I was like, I need that for EDC. And now it's like, once you have it, you can't go back. It makes everything like secure. And I use a lunchbox hydration pack too. So there's like a nice little phone pocket. So you just like need all those like little things that just help your experience. But
hey man, you drop that ad link.
I'm just trying to
put it on the video.
I dropped the affiliate links there.
Affiliate links.
I need to get an affiliate link first, and then I will drop it for you guys. But yeah, Clutch Loop is cool. Definitely suggest. That's like one of like the newer hot products right now that everybody is like jumping on. They're only like $25 too, so it definitely is convenient.
Oh, that's worth.
Because the string is actually metal, so you can't just snap it off.
No. Yeah, it's actually when my phone is in my hydro pack and I pull it out and I'm like trying to text, I actually have to like pull the string because it will just like go back. So it's like for people like me who like I'm always on my phone taking photos, so like it's like hard. I have to like hold the string, hold my phone. So yeah, it's not going anywhere once it's in there, but the whole thing is getting it to that point.
Damn. I was put like my phone, because I wear like I wear jeans to raves. So I'll put my phone into my front pocket, and they're like, slim fit, and I put my wallet in my back pocket, but I pull my fanny pack over my wallet. We have to go through the fanny pack to get to the wallet.
Just always, anytime I'm in a crowd, like, and then we're like really close to people, we're moving through the crowd, I always try to like have a hand in my pocket, my phone, and my wallet. Because I always keep in my front pocket. I don't know. Tori does want to do clutch loops, but I don't know what she's gonna do because she doesn't wear anything to clip it to. So I don't know how that would work. But
Backpack.
she's not gonna wear the backpack. That's me. So I have to have 2 clutch loops. I don't know.
Yep, probably.
That's gonna work. But yeah, it's always worked out. But she got really freaked out this year. She was like, "Yeah, I heard there were 10,000 phones stolen." I was like, "Well, there were 50,000 people there, so that's like not that big a percentage. It's still way too many. It shouldn't be that many, but I don't know. We'll probably invest in clutch loops."
It's worth it for sure. For a big fest like Vegas, at least, where there's just so many people in the crowd. I feel like at Forest, it's like more of like a chill audience. You might not need it there, but it's kind of like a one-stop shop. My hydro pack is just like ready to go, but that lunchbox, like I've traveled with it a few times and it just takes up so much space to travel with. It's like frustrating. I feel like almost if I like didn't have that many carry-ons, I would maybe should just take it as like a carry-on on the plane instead of like putting it in like my luggage. But things we do to make sure we rave safe for sure.
Yeah.
Sarah, I was wondering, what do you think about? You've been to Forest several times. What do you think about going to EDC? Like, how are the vibes different? Like,
Oh, it's so different. I think just like the nature aspect of it, because like at EDC, you're just in a parking lot, you know what I mean? So like you're kind of just like in the middle of everything. And I'm also not a fan of the desert, I realized. I spend a lot of time close to the equator. I'm a big beach girl, but that desert is just something else. And I grew up going to Las Vegas, but I've never like spent that much time just like in the desert. And then when you're on the strip, it's like a completely different experience than being at the speedway. And again, we were camping and we were working. So one of my least favorite parts, because I've vended for a few Insomniac Fest, is like they do this at EDC Orlando too, where they do like vendor village, where it's like all under one giant tent and all of like the different shops are like, it's kind of like a bazaar where it's like one huge tent everyone is under, where at some other festivals, like especially Excision Presents festivals, every vendor gets like their own 10 by 10 booth tent. So it's like you get your own shade. There's like you can escape from the sun and stuff like that. Where we were positioned at Vegas, like as soon as the sun turned, like at 2 o'clock, like from 1 p.m. to the sun goes down, we were just getting like pelted by the sun. We were just like in that position where like there was no shade. And like, mind you, I'm working with like all these hair braiders. So they're sweating, the girls sitting, getting their hair braided, they're sweating, like holding their fans to like try to create like any sort of like blockage of the sun. So it was a learning experience. Like my skin was okay. I don't know why everyone has like flawless skin after festivals. Like we're doing the like backwards self-care, like we're not taking care of ourselves, and yet like our skin looks so like glowy and radiant like after a festival. So that was nice. But yeah, after being in the sun for like that long, my skin was like, okay, I need to stay inside. But back to your question about forest, I think it's just different with like just the architecture of the actual forest, with having the trees and being able to be in the forest, and you kind of like are moving more slowly because everybody's camping there. So you're not like pressed for like, we have to get here, we have to get here, we have to be moving. It's kind of just like wherever we end up, we kind of end up. But at EDC, it's just like, yes, it's 12 hours. Yes, it's all night, but it's still, I feel like it's just such like a time ticks so fast at EDC. Whereas at Forest, it's kind of like, no, let's put our feet up and like breathe for a second.
Yeah, I think EDC is the perfect festival if you have ADHD, because like there's always something going on, and
100%.
depending on where you stand, you could probably listen to 3 stages at the same time, which is it can happen. So wait, so
There's like,
oh sorry, go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna move on to something else. But what were we saying?
Oh no, I was gonna say there's like a little clip on Instagram where if depending on where you're standing, you can get some like sad music over at Kinetic Field and then pan over the hard style at Wasteland.
Yeah, I did see that clip. That's hella funny. I was gonna ask, so Sarah Camp, how about you guys? Do you guys camp or hotel?
Hotel. Our friends did RV camping, and they said they would do that again. But we did hotel.
The
How-
RV was life changing, honestly.
How was Camp EDC this year?
It was busy. There was a lot of people. Like I felt bad for all the people like waiting to get in line for the pool. This little like 2-foot pool that was like standing only, but the line to get in was just these people waiting forever to get in it. But so with staff camping, we did RVs, which was really nice. And I think the RV saved us just like being able to go inside. It had AC, like sleeping in a bed, like it was life changing. And then we had the showers right there. So despite like the fact that we were like outside on the speedway, which was convenient to like have everything right there, we didn't have to deal with cars or traffic or like going to and from or anything like that. I definitely would suggest Camp EDC if you like want to like maximize your experience, obviously. But then if you do camp, I would definitely do an RV.
They have the EDC houses coming in next year, right?
Yeah.
So I saw those. They were like kind of so where the like walkway was from the speedway to camp, they had like indoor restrooms, which was really nice with like running plumbing and like sink and water and all of that stuff. So that was like really nice because the bathrooms at Camp EDC were not it. People were not taking care of those at all. And I thought it was so weird, like TMI maybe, but the urinals were like outside. So like I don't know, you're like walking to the bathroom and you can just like see all these guys going to the bathroom and it's like warm and you can smell it and it's just like nasty. So like the walk to the bathroom was worth it, but on the way to the bathrooms you could see all those houses and you could like peek inside them. Kind of was just like this little row of houses. There wasn't that many of them, but it was just like this full house. And I saw that there was like couches inside and all of it. So I would be intrigued to see like how much money that is and like how many people could stay in that essentially.
Yeah, like an EDC Airbnb. But I think that idea of the outside urinals is from Tomorrowland, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
There's like a famous there's video clips of it where like to the main stage there's like urinals where guys can just go pee and people are just slipping, dude. It is gross. It is disgusting. But how about you guys? So how was the traffic going from the hotels to the speedway? Last year it was significantly better.
I don't know. I did shuttle. We always do shuttle. Always recommend the Strat stop because there's less people there. We like almost never have to wait to get on a bus. And then there's like monorail depending on where you stay over there, so you can get to the midstrip if you want. We've had some bad luck with some of the buses. Like you'll get a bus driver that doesn't know what they're doing, and so you'll take some wrong turns, and it'll take a little bit longer. But they cut you through the Nellis Air Force Base, and it's not that bad. I just factor it in. It's like an hour to get over there, or whatever.
So we had mid trip, but then Insomniac, not Insomniac, the city of Vegas decides to cut us because they were doing paving for the F1 race. So we had to move from mid trip to Rio. So we also had to change our booking last minute as well. So that was kind of annoying. However, what the only unsettling part was the fact that shuttle security sometimes didn't have any metal detectors. So it gave me a bit of a concern, but it was all well otherwise.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys had to do security to get on the shuttles.
That's the only security.
Yeah.
They check you. The security is before you get on the bus, and then you just walk in straight to the festival, and there's no security.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice then. That's convenient to take the shuttles in that capacity then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it makes it easier loading and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn.
Honestly, if they had to do security again at the entrance, it would be quite the bottleneck because you're ferrying a shit ton of people.
Yep.
It would just take way too long and those lines would get so congested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of ground score there though, but Well, maybe it was a fucking not meme that Fricker sent me. Like maybe the ground score is the friends we made along the way.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, you guys, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll let you have another final story.
Yes.
So this was day 3, and like we were in the line for the shuttle. That on the part was like I actually had a business trip later that day, so we're trying to leave EDC and fly back to Orange County. So as we're in line, like we get up, we were like almost at the boarding line, meet another bunch of the group, and like the chick had a fan that said ketamine girls, and it had like a chick as the animorphed into a horse. And we're like, that's cool. And then like we proceed to go sit behind them, we're all chilling, we're just talking about, all the vitamins from EDC. And they're like, she pulls out the fan, she's like, fan time. I was like, oh. Then like all of a sudden they start doing bumps right in the bus. They're like, oh, can I borrow some of that spoon? And literally the people in front of me, behind me, left of me, they're all just doing bumps. Oh, wait. And this is like day 3, and everybody's going back to the hotels.
Oh
The
my
chill
god.
vibes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
That's a vibe.
I was like, that is a vibe.
That's a vibe. I want to hang out with those girls. They sound like a great time.
Dude, fucking EDC day 2.5 and day 4 is always the worst day because you want to ride that high
Yeah.
into the sunset, but that come down is gonna fucking suck, dude. I've seen it. I've been there. It's fun in the moment, but dude, on Tuesday, was it on Monday night at 6 p.m. as you hold a bottle of Jameson in your hand, and the room smells like fucking alcohol and armpits, dude. It's just a different time, man. You're questioning things in your life, dude.
So I appreciated Monday at 6 p.m. because that was when I left the Speedway, because as a vendor, we have to break down our booth on Monday. So, and they don't because of the crazy tent situation in Camp EDC, they have to make sure everybody evacuates before we can bring in like our trailers to load up and stuff like that. So I didn't leave the Speedway till Monday at 5, but I stayed in Vegas until Thursday. And it was the greatest thing I've ever decided in my life, was laying by the pool, like stillness, quiet, getting my sleep schedule back. And then I don't know what about those Vegas hotel rooms with the shades, like the automatic blackout shades are so great. Just like shut the world out and rest and hibernate again. Definitely suggest staying in Vegas after the fact.
I don't know. I always feel like super depressed. Like after like EDC's over and you sleep until like 8 p.m. the next day, I was like, what am I doing, man? What am I fucking doing, dude? All right. Well, thank you guys for doing this with me, and letting me live vicariously through y'all EDC experience. And thank you, Sarah, for joining us. Hopefully, in the future, we could do this again with everyone. And I try to get this up as soon as possible. If you have any photos or videos, send it to me in the Instagram chat with a Google Drive link or something, and then I'll try to put it in the video. All right.
Cool.
All right. Goodbye. I'm gonna stop
That's
the
all,
for having
folks.
Goodbye.
You guys.